to Daily AMG, bringing back Tag Tuesdays, and this Tuesday is actually my birthday. So I found the birthday book tag, so I thought that I would do that for y'all today on my birthday. Well, not while I'm filming this, but when I'm posting this on my birthday. So let's get into the questions. Birthday cake. A book with a plot that seems cliche, but you adore it anyway. I just grabbed a Sophie Kinsella book. A lot of her books have a very sweet and predictable plot. Basically, you know things are pretty much going to wrap up with a beautiful little bow, and you're fine with that. So this is the only one that I could grab in the current state of my books. Oh my Lord. That is also another topic for another video. All right, party guests. Your most anticipated release for this year. I have two of them, and they both came in Book of the Mail. They both came in Book of the Month Club, and so I already have them. And they are Summer of '69 and then Golden Hour by Beatrice Williams. This is a chunker. I'm excited. So yeah, so both of those come out in June. I really haven't looked further than June. I know that there are books coming out that I definitely want to read. Is there maybe a new Ruth Ware coming? Or no, is there a new Paula Hawkins coming this year? Also, Riley Sager's new book comes out next month, Lock Every Door. And yeah, I mean, yes, there are definitely a lot of books that I'm anticipating for the rest of the year. Okay, birthday presents. A book that surprised you with how much you loved it. I'm actually going to go with Girl Stop Apologizing by Rachel Hollis. I gave her first book, Girl Wash Your Face, 3 stars, and that was being generous. I am not a negative self-talker, so I don't beat myself down. I don't tell myself I'm anything, but I'm a lazy self-talker. So instead of, so like her first book, Girl Wash Your Face, was all about the lies that women tell themselves. I don't lie to myself, but I do enable myself to like just sit on the couch and keep watching Netflix. Like, or I don't even watch a lot of TV, but keep sitting on the couch and just reading my book and eating ice cream and not going to the gym and not, you know, doing more mature things, I guess you could say. Like, I'll be like, yeah, I'll get to those clothes tomorrow. And then my husband ends up folding them because he's like, okay, 48 hours of these clothes sitting in a basket. So, yeah, I don't know. I definitely lazy talk myself more than I like. Never do I put myself down or anything like that. So that her first book just really was not for me because I felt like it was very contradictory, and she said some things that she really shouldn't have. I think she really stepped on some people's toes to like make herself look better, which to me is a major insecurity issue. But this book, Girl Stop Apologizing, I did give 5 stars too, and I actually listened to it twice because it was really beneficial to where I'm at right now, which could also be another reason why I didn't give Girl Wash Your Face a higher rating. I think I was just a little bit more, I'm just different. So this is more on the lines of how you can go about identifying and achieving your goals, which I definitely need because I'm not necessarily goal orientated. I definitely like to make a list. I'm like every other girl. Give me a cute planner, give me some cute pens, and I'm gonna make you all kinds of lists and hopes and dreams. But get back to me on if I actually cross anything off of my cute little list. So that's what I'm tackling this year. And so yeah, I really loved it. And my girlfriend actually sent me like a guide that goes with it that she found. And so I was like, this is really cool. So I'm going to print that out today. And yeah, so that's why I'm back. I'm back because that's my goal. My goal is to be back. And look at me, I'm filming a video. All All right, next one is Happy Birthday Song, a book that certainly deserved all the hype it got. So, of course, I'm going to go with, this is like, I'm reaching real weird. I'm going to go with The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo because I haven't talked about it enough lately, and I feel like it's not getting talked about a lot since like Daisy Jones and the Six came out. Daisy Jones and the Six, I loved. I didn't love it as much as The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I think because The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo shocked me and surprised me like so much on how much I loved it. And it was totally different than what I thought it was going into it. Therefore, I just had such a better reading experience, really being just completely surprised. Now, with Daisy Jones and the Six, I definitely love it. And I absolutely love Taylor Jenkins Reid. I've met her in person and I've heard her speak. And she is awesome and hilarious. But you can definitely tell that like her husband works in Hollywood and she really deep dived. Anyways, she really engulfed herself in a lot of research for this, and it really showed that she really took her time with this one. And not that she didn't with Daisy Jones, and not that she didn't with her other just contemporaries, but this one just felt start to finish brilliant. And I definitely recommend you reading this if you haven't already, and definitely read her other books. I mean, she is a phenomenal author. I love her. She's one of my favorite authors, but this is just on another level. It just really is. Happy Music, a book with some beautiful and truly memorable quotes. I got nothing. I will definitely say the entire Harry Potter series because there are definitely like fragments of quotes that I remember rolling around in my brain. But I also have like test anxiety and I could never memorize things in school. Like I could, and then as soon as the teacher was like, all right, Amanda, you're up, I'd be like, I don't know. I don't remember anything that I just sat there for hours trying to put into my brain. It just doesn't stick. I don't have that kind of brain. So I know that there are copious amounts of brilliant and beautiful and memorable quotes in Harry Potter. It was the first thing that came to my mind, and the things that are rattling around in my brain, I feel like are very beautiful. And I don't know, I just remember reading this teen, preteen, throughout. I mean, I grew up with Harry Potter, so it's like I started the first one in maybe 7th, 8th grade, and then throughout into adulthood. I mean, my husband and I was married when the last one came out, so like we read the last one together, and I don't know, I just have a lot of beautiful memories connected to it, and I know that there are, like I said, numerous quotes. I'm just maybe not a quote person. Hey, not all who wander are lost. There you go. But I know that that's from Tolkien. But I'm just saying, that's like a quote that I remember. But that's, no. Do you want some lyrics? I mean, I can tell you, I can give you some lyrics, but no, I think not all who wander are lost is probably the only book quote I can remember right now. But also, don't come at me. I know that's Tolkien. It's not anything to do with Harry Potter. It just popped into my mind. All right, Getting Older. A book that you read a long time ago, but you think you would appreciate more if you reread it as a mature reader. I think any books from childhood I've loved to do this. I've reread Matilda and A Wrinkle in Time, Harriet the Spy. I've reread a couple books in the last year or so that were ones I loved as a child, like a preteen, you know, when you start your AR reading and that sort of thing. Like books I remember loving as a child, I've wanted to reread as an adult just for that exact kind of like, I want to know, what was I reading at that age? And, you know, how did it shape me if I didn't really make that connection at the time or whatever. I know that there are books that obviously shaped the way that I read and the person that I am. But yeah, so anyways, the two that I picked up that I really want to reread soon are Huck Finn and Tom Sawyer. I read these at a really young age, or not a really, I read them in those like thick illustrated versions, so I'm sure that it wasn't like, it was probably an abridged version of the story. I read a ton of those. Those were really great, but, and I honestly, I have to remember, what goes first? Tom Sawyer or Huck Finn? I have to figure that out. But yeah, so I definitely want to reread these. Nick Offerman does the Audible version, so I might get those. I like his voice and such. That's Ron Swanson on Parks and Recs, for all of you that don't recognize the name. So, Sweet Birthday Memories, a book that kept you incredibly happy during a sad or demanding period in your life. Wow, that's heavy. I'm gonna go with like The Catcher in the Rye, Jonathan Livingston Seagull, Perks of Being a Wallflower. There were books that I read in high school that really kept me afloat. And yeah, I mean, it's neither here nor there, but I was such a rebel without a cause. Like, I don't even know why. It was all like self-inflicted basically, but it really shaped who I am today. And I don't live with any regrets. And so I'm glad that I was just a sad, lonely, rockabilly punk wannabe emo kid. Like, I bet a lot of you were too. Tell me about your emo days. So yeah, that was the birthday book tag. I am now going to film my Buzzwordathon TBR, so I will probably have that out before this video just because Buzzwordathon starts tomorrow, Wednesday the 12th. So I'm going to be vlogging that as well. And so yeah, welcome back. I'm sure the three of you that are watching this have already forgotten who I am. Just kidding, because all three of you are probably my mom. No, I'm just so glad that I didn't peak in high school. I feel so bad for the people that peaked in high school, okay? I mean, let's be real. Y'all know some folks that peaked in high school. It's not, or that peaked in college. See, I didn't go to college, so I'm like glad I didn't go to college because I have some friends I'm like, if you talk about your college glory days one more time, nah. Like, you are not there anymore. Be present in your life here. And yeah, it's just sad that people think their best days are behind them. No, you create your best days every day. It's your choice, man. It is your choice. Okay, I always get off on a like, you live your life the way you want to live tangent. But yeah, so I'm back. I'm going to post my BookTubeathon TBR, and then I'm going to get that posted. So welcome back. And now I have welcome back from Welcome Back Kotter stuck in my head, but you know, my dreams were my ticket out, but I'm back. I'm just kidding. I really don't know.